Hello everyone and welcome to Abundantly Minimal. My name is Sarah and thank you for joining me for another video in the series where I share different ideas you can declutter each month of the year to help you live your best life with less. Today for October, I have 12 different things that you'll be able to declutter from your space. And of course, as always, these ideas are just examples of things you can declutter. Of course, be mindful and intentional about what you let go of to make sure it is the right choice for you. And before we get into these ideas, I have a very exciting announcement to make. I am running the first ever decluttering bingo challenge here as part of Abundantly Minimal. This is a free challenge that is open to anyone, and I wanted to put something together to give people a little bit of extra motivation to simplify this fall. So there's also cash prizes, and I'm giving away free access to my courses and ebooks. If you are looking for more details or want to get your bingo card, go ahead and click on the link in the description field of this video. I hope you'll participate. That being said, let's jump into this month's decluttering ideas. First up, food that might expire soon. With winter and the holidays on the horizon, many are going to be kind of shifting their eating patterns and maybe stocking up on other holiday-related essentials. Let's kind of clear out some of what we already have that could be close to expiration. Have yourself a little use it up challenge, if you will, or consider donating some of that extra food to food pantries that could really benefit. Next up, if you have any extra outdoor furniture or lawn accessories and decorations that no longer bring you value, why not let go of them? Especially if you have to put something away and store it for a good portion of the year before you can use it again, really make sure it's something worth keeping that's worth storing for this whole time. Likewise, if you have any expired sunscreen or other related summer products that are no longer going to be good by the time next summer rolls around, let's not waste the space storing them if we're not even going to be able to get value out of them next year. The next one is something I haven't talked much about on the channel before, and that has to do with items you've been waiting to use for a special occasion. Sometimes we don't use certain items because they're too nice or we're waiting for something certain to happen. I would love for us to switch our thinking a bit and get value out of these items now. Sure, it might be nice to wait for a certain special occasion before we're using something, but the honest truth in some of these cases is that it never comes, or you're holding on to these certain items that are perfectly good and could enhance your life or improve your life, but you're just waiting. Let's stop waiting. I think there's so much merit in celebrating the everyday moments and indulging in simple pleasures on a regular basis. So if there is something that you're waiting to use, or you think that it's too nice and so you're almost afraid of using it, let's actually use it. Not only will this create special moments now, but you'll also be able to move forward in the future and not feel like that item or those selection of items are in the back of your mind or holding you back. Next, as we transition into winter, this would be a great opportunity to take a look at your current selection of winter coats and outerwear to see if you can let go of anything. Donation centers will be really looking for these items, and why not give yourself a clean slate to start the season? Think back to last winter. What did you wear? What did you not wear? And make intentional choices about that. After you've gone through your winter outerwear, why not take a look at your other winter clothing? I know I recently transitioned my wardrobe from having my summer and warmer clothing out to putting out more of my winter clothing, and it's a great chance to go through things, try things on if you'd like to see how they fit and if you still enjoy them, and if there is extra that you no longer need. Again, consider donating that, especially as this will be the prime time for donation centers to be putting out these different items and other people looking for these different types of items. Number 7 is a little random, but this has to do with spare change. If you have a lot of spare change around, you could consider turning that into cash, or my favorite strategy, although it's a little embarrassing and my husband Jake is not a huge fan of this, but sometimes I like to bring my spare change, like we have a little jar of it, I'll bring my spare change to a store that has a self-checkout. And especially, I make sure it's not too busy of a time to be doing this, but if I'm purchasing something, I'll just kind of hang out at that self-checkout for a while and put a lot of the coins in. I know this is not technically the case, but to me it feels a little bit like free money because it's not a value of money that I'm thinking about like in our bank account or the amount of cash that I have in my wallet. It's like a little extra bonus. And so it's been really fun periodically to do that at certain stores, again, that have a self-checkout and be able to cut off a large percentage of whatever the bill is, or maybe even get items for free because I was using up this change. At least in the US, since we are currently still in a national coin shortage, if you've got these coins around your house, let's spend them, let's get them out of our homes and back into circulation. Number 8 would be any old or damaged luggage. If travel is no longer on your horizon, and it's definitely not in my future plans right now, if you have any damaged luggage or just luggage that hasn't been used, let's let this go. Luggage can take up a lot of space, especially if it's not frequently used. One alternative, if you don't want to actually declutter or get your luggage out, is to use it for alternative storage. So if there are certain items that you need some space for, you could use the inside of different suitcases to store that. I know in the past when I had more clothing, I did actually store some of my extra clothing in some luggage, but at this point, number 1, I have gotten rid of so much clothing, so I don't need that. And number 2, I actually got rid of my regular luggage because I just travel with a backpack whenever I do travel. It's been a while and no plans anytime soon, but that is an option. Next up is pet-related clutter. Pets can add a lot of value to our lives, but they unfortunately cannot really help declutter their items. So if they've got any extra accessories, toys that they are not using, or maybe you've had to put away because they're too damaged or worn out, you could consider letting go of those, or if things are still in good condition, donating those to local animal shelters. And I know in a previous one of these videos I mentioned going through extra bed linens and towels, and I know I had several comments sharing the great idea of making sure you can donate those to animal shelters if you have some of those extra bedding items. So that's like a little bonus tip if you haven't done that already. Number 10 is extra digital photos. Digital photos have a way of accumulating very fast because they take up no physical space, but they can be a pain on your device when you have so many photos, and they can take up a lot of digital space. So if you've got some downtime, why not go through some of your digital photos and declutter those duplicates or just the ones that didn't really turn out as good as you'd hoped. Number 11 and 12 go together and are very timely for this point of the year. So number 11 is to consider letting go of or decluttering some of your holiday gift-giving expectations with your family. Now, of course, this isn't a physical item, but I think that this time of year can be a very important spot to have the conversation with family members about gift giving. I know I've done several videos in the past about minimalist gift ideas and gift giving and shared that I personally feel very uncomfortable receiving gifts just because I don't need or want anything. And so myself, along with other family members, have made some adjustments to gift giving. And this is a good time to bring it up because it's likely people haven't purchased gifts yet. But especially if family members are already kind of drowning in stuff or having economic problems, and often these coexist, it could be a very responsible and meaningful choice to shift the way you're gift giving. With my parents and extended family on my mom's side, we have done a white elephant gift exchange for many years now, I think maybe 7 or 8 years at this point, where you find something from your house to re-gift. Oftentimes it's bad and just silly, and sometimes someone's trash is someone else's treasure, and there's some fun items exchanged, and it's a way that no one has to spend anything for gift giving, and you're able to actually let go of certain items you wanted to let go of. And if you don't like what you received, you can always just donate that and you don't have a strong attachment. So it's been really wonderful. And I know some of Jake's extended family has shifted from giving every single person a gift to doing a grab bag where you just get one gift for someone in the family and they likewise just get one gift for someone else. So then everyone receives one gift, but you're not buying gifts for, 10 different people. Obviously, it all depends upon the family, but if you are thinking that you'd like to shift the way gifts are exchanged, why not have that conversation now and bring it up, see what everyone's thoughts are, but it could be a great way to save a lot of money across the board, but also prevent a lot of waste and future clutter. Lastly, number 12 is related, and this has to do with regiftable items. Now, this doesn't mean just declutter all of these right now, but this is also a great time to look at items in your space that either maybe were a gift to you or that were items that maybe you purchased for yourself but didn't end up using or didn't actually get the value out of them that you thought you would. And consider thinking about regifting these. Couple options for this. You could consider giving them away to people in your life right away. I'm not a huge holiday person myself, but I love doing spontaneous things. So giving something to someone when they're not expecting it at all, just because. So that could be a fun option just this fall. Give them something if you think it would add value to them. You could also set some of these things aside for holiday gift giving. Finally, you could consider donating these items if you can't think of anyone in your own life who might want it, but if it is an objective good candidate for a gift for someone, that would probably be in high demand in a donation center, for instance. So those are just some things to think about, especially as we're a couple months out from the holidays and where unfortunately a lot of people really go overboard on consumption. We can try to adjust some of these habits now. That wraps up the tips in this video, but don't forget to join us for the Decluttering Bingo Challenge. Again, in the description field below, you can get the link to all the details. I'd love for you to continue simplifying your space and win some prizes as well, so I hope you'll join us. If you'd like to check out any of our past decluttering videos, you can do so here. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel right up there. We'll see you next time. Bye.